Imagine a time when you could hop into an ostrich-drawn carriage and take off on a wild ride. Since these birds, the largest in the world, can hit speeds of up to 40 miles per hour, people naturally thought, why not harness that speed? The goal of profit was made more accessible by the construction of a railway from the ostrich farm to Hollywood, connecting the gigantic birds directly to a massive population center. But it also set a precedent, as this pattern of railways bringing ostrich farms to people for profit is seen in similar instances across the continent. These instances are the observable effect of massive industrialization in the US, with the southwestern ostrich business culminating in the peak of farm activity in 1910 in Southern California. Floridians found themselves pursuing the exact same trade. For example, in 1898, Charles D. Fraser opened his Florida ostrich farm in Jacksonville. The farm offered the same tourist accommodations such as rides in ostrich-drawn carts and wagons. Visitors under 150 pounds could also ride on their feathered backs. Before being able to play a central role in this attraction, these ostriches had to complete an 18-month training. Additionally, travelers and locals could observe the large birds eat entire oranges, a sight that amused many. So, along a similar path to the ones the Californians pursued, they upgraded their simple Florida ostrich farms to include parks, zoos, and other lucrative collaborations. Fraser's establishment eventually transformed into the New Ostrich Farm Amusement Park and Zoo in 1912. Located on a site about 50 acres in size, the new operation took advantage of the regional alligators and numerous other animals to craft an attraction that held many different sights that people had never seen before. With the onset of the Great Depression throughout the 1930s, the public became less interested in ostrich-based attractions. Still, some made attempts to carry the unusual tradition forward. As an add-on to the business model, visitors could buy items made of ostrich feathers. But there was a problem, as at the onset of American involvement in World War I, women began taking on more jobs, so that the men could leave their positions and go off to war without diminishing the workforce back home, meaning these type of exotic accessories were not in high demand. Even after the war, feathers remained out of fashion. The effects on the ostrich farm industry seemed to linger, but they indeed weren't entirely out of the game. After World War II, James Casper commenced Casper's Ostrich and Alligator Farm, where ostrich races were held daily for all to see. This tradition was held from 1946 to 1982, proving that, at least in a limited scale, there was demand for this type of business. Over time, back in California, interest in ostrich farms also declined throughout the end of the 19th century, with farms closing left and right, until finally, the last ostrich farm in Los Angeles closed in 1953. In the wake of the end of these ostrich farms, remnants are still around for those with a curious eye. Numerous photographs and postcards often resurface, depicting the animal in its complete racing attire. There's also an American ostrich meat and leather business that retains the relevance of animals in the larger market. Notably, there was even a significant increase in the sale of American ostrich leather in the 1980s due to sanctions against South Africa. As for ostrich meat, some seek the product as an alternative to beef, although it is still viewed as exotic. America has ostrich farms across the Southwest and Northwest to supply these items. Regardless, the products are considered a luxury and are certainly not in the mainstream economic system. But who knows? Perhaps one day, Americans will ride on the backs of ostriches once again. Let me know your thoughts on that in the comment section below. Otherwise, I thank you for watching. Hope you'll consider subscribing. And until next time, I'm Ryan Socash, signing off.